Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with someone special, a good friend of mine. You know her as the Belief Builder, Jimenez.
Hey,
Lisa.
Hey, Doug. Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited about this conversation.
Cool. I mean, gosh, you want to talk about mindset reset, right? Like after I attended your retreat, I don't know, the world started collapsing, but it brought back a whole new body of work. And I got to tell you, like the way my mind has been and total place of serving others has been huge. Like he can't even tell you. So the big applause for you, right? Like you
thanks
are
for taking it on. Oh, I love it. That's so cool.
are,
Thanks for taking it on. I'm seeing what you're doing. It's impressive. Really awesome.
Yeah. So tell me about what you've been building, what you've been working on since we've like started talking.
Yeah, it's been a wild, wonderful ride. So here we are at the Mindset Reset live event just last month. You guys, that was 1 month ago yesterday.
Crazy. Yeah.
Before the global reset. And we were all together, all 13 of us, when the world changed. And wow, I'd rather be with you and the other participants than anyone, because we were just really coming from a space of possibility and contribution and thriving. And that's what all of you have been doing. So you, Mr. Doug, helped me come up with this idea to how can I get this mindset reset formula out to the masses now, like immediately. So the story is, you guys, Doug comes over to my house within like 2 days of this global shutdown. It wasn't quite the shutdown yet. So no one get upset and give us bad emails and sad faces on our Facebook page. It wasn't the full, what's it called when you have to stay in your house? Quarantine. It wasn't the full quarantine yet. But anyways, he came over and he's like, Lisa, we got to set you up with a self-coaching texting program.
Yeah.
No, you got to tell the story first, though, because
this is so great.
For yourself when you came out of my Mindset Reset event. So what happened to you that morning after the Mindset Reset event, and you called me and you said, okay, you got to see what I just created. You got to tell that story.
So listen, like I have my own personal challenges, right? Everybody has their own personal challenges, and it's how they deal with them in the moment, right? Yeah. Like really, how do you get present? How do you deal with it? And when stuff gets thrown your way, how do you respond, right? And I'm just not that good at responding. And so, I took your formula, right? Your five steps for the mindset reset. And then I was like, okay, Lisa, I need you all the time, but I know I can't call you, when I need to. You're busy. You have a ton of coaching clients. Like I'm just one person, right? So what I ended up doing is it's like, okay, you know what? Can I do this? Because I always ask for permission when it comes to anybody's intellectual property like that. It's like, can I automate you?
I've never had a man ask me, can I automate you? Okay.
You're so good. I want to automate you in a way that serves me, but then also where you can kind of like use this for other people if this ends up working. So, with what I've been doing with chatbots, I was just thinking, okay, why don't I just create a chatbot where if I send you a text message like, hey, Lisa, how are you? You can then start to ask me the questions in a way that kind of gets me to open up and then gets me to acknowledge where I am. And then you'd ask me another question. So it's just the same questions, right? But whenever you're in a different place, you need to be able to share that openly and then also kind of have a way to be able to go through it. So I built this for you, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, how this could help so many people, not just like as a model for other professionals and speakers to be able to use with their intellectual property, but like with what everything's going on right now in the world, like people need this. So that's why I was like, okay, let me help you do this, and let's see if it ends up working. So you got to tell me what's been going on with this, because
it's been just a wild ride. It was the defining moment, the defining factor that catapulted this frenzy of clients. So the Mindset Reset online course my own mindset reset coaching program. It's just been incredible because it's an avenue, this texting program, to get to the masses. Like we've been posting it on my Facebook page. We've been sending it through email. We've been posting it on my business page, and people pick up their phone, they dial the text, and they go through the self coaching texting. And then what do you think they get on the very last text when they complete the 5 steps? An opportunity to set up a private, free 15-minute coaching call.
Yeah,
just brilliant.
So tell me what people have been saying, right? Like I want to know what people like when they go through it and then they schedule the appointment. Like, what do people say when they go through?
I'll tell you
the
what
text
people
prompt?
are saying. This is the brilliance behind this texting program, is they're telling the truth because they're by themselves.
Yeah.
Often it's hard to tell the truth when you're at a seminar, even though you guys were amazing at the Mindset Reset seminar. You guys were authentic, you were bold, you were sharing your truth. Not everybody does. Some people like to just take a step back, be the wallflower, and maybe no one will notice. But when you're texting and you're alone and you're thinking through these questions and you're following this 5-step formula, people started telling me, oh my gosh, I'm like blown away at how authentic I was. I'm blown away that I friggin' finally told the truth. And they're seeing themselves texting back to me, realizing maybe for the first time ever, what's the core issue? What's the problems? Where's the challenges? And then hope for the breakthrough. So, wow, that whole element of doing this by yourself is huge. That's huge.
Well, I know when I would go through it, at the very first, right? Because you don't know what this thing's right. You don't know what this thing's like, right? You give 1-word answers. What's holding you back? I'd say, myself. But then, if I go through it again, I go a little bit deeper. I go in a little bit deeper, and I go in a little bit deeper, and then that's when you start to kind of realize for yourself, oh, you know what? I've had the solutions all along. I just needed something to be able to pull it out, and that's what you do. I mean, that's what you do, right? That's what you do best.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yep, I've had the solutions all along. This formula just helped me realize that, identify it, and then get to work. Like be willing to reprogram the subconscious. So it's kind of interesting that you said you went through it multiple times, because I didn't tell you this part, Doug, but I've been self-coaching myself in a couple of these challenges that I'm having, personal life, business life. I've gone through my own self-coaching texting program every single morning for the last 8 mornings. And I promised myself I'm going to do it for 27 days.
No way.
Man, like I don't literally text. I actually put it in. I texted the first time because I wanted to experience what that felt like. And then I screenshot my answers, and now I have the questions, obviously, and I'm going through it every single morning. Fresh eyes, more evolved consciousness, a next level to manage this, a next level to find the solution and to be in the solution. Because we know the same energy that caused the problem isn't the energy that has the solution.
Right.
So it's cool that you said you've gone through it a couple of times. So this is day 8 for me, going through my own Mindset Reset self-coaching program, texting program.
I know, isn't that funny? Like sometimes when we go through our own process, we start to see breakthrough results.
Yeah, it's cool. That's it. Yeah. That's it. It's a process.
Well, one thing I can do is I can go under the hood to show you some of the magic that we created. Because anybody can do this, right? As long as they kind of have a process, and if there's anything that you want to kind of fix, or we can test, or even if we want to show people what it's like through the mobile app, I can do a screen share, pull up my phone, and I just hope nobody texts me during the video, right? For the live. That's a risk of doing live stream, is somebody.
Wow, you're bold.
It is bold, right? So it's kind of like I gotta keep my. So let me share my screen here so you and everybody else can see, and I'll pull this up. So anybody who's kind of seeing this for the first time, so to create a text messaging program, or a chat bot, if you will, I use a tool called Twilio. So that's Twilio, right? And just like, I mean, it's just like learning a whole new deal. Like if you're creating a blog for the first time, you have to learn WordPress, and there's a whole new menu and there's a whole new set of options. So there's a significant learning curve, right? And so I just went in and said, I'm just going to do this for Lisa, right? So we're doing this. So if I went down here to where it says, and I'm in the Mindset Reset project, and I've got other projects that are here, but I'm inside the Mindset Reset project. And then I'm going to open up this thing called Studio, right? Okay. So it's called Studio Flow. And then there's only one of these chatbots. So I'm just going to open this up. So this is what it looks like as far as this visual flow, right? Well, here were this is what we did. And I know, Lisa, this took us a couple times to get it down right because we wanted to get the language. So this is kind of what it says, right? So the first thing this says is what?
Hello, good looking.
Right? giving people some positive reinforcement right off the bat, right? And then what does it say?
Welcome to the Mindset Reset formula. First, let's shift those 5 core beliefs and shift them into spiritual power. So answer the questions as specifically as possible. Here we go.
Yeah, cool. So that's like the intro, right? So when you send what's the phone number here? Let's just show everybody the phone number. We can go back to it. So inside of here, there's the phone numbers. And what's really cool about Twilio is you can buy the phone numbers for $1 a month, right? Yeah. So inside of here, here's the phone number that we use. So anybody who's watching this, definitely take a note of this, right? So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so you can see. It is 949-264-5112. 949-264-5112. So that's the phone number that we went in, and then we had to program it to connect it to the flow that we had created. So this is the flow that we had created, and really it was just a matter of copying and pasting once this got down. So the trigger is, let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. Can we make this bigger? Yeah, here we go.
Cool.
So the trigger to this was an incoming text message. Now it could be phone, right? It could be you call the phone number, and we could do something very similar to that. And think about this. I'm going to plant this seed. We're not going to do this, but I plant this seed is somebody could actually call you, and it would be your voice, right? And then people could speak openly into it, and then those voice messages could be transcribed.
Wow.
And then also when you think about that too, whatever those responses are, whatever these responses are here for this text, this could be a recording of your voice, not text to speech, right? So Alexa is an example of text to speech, whereas what we could do is we could record an MP3 recording of you just kind of going through, and then people could start to speak. But for the purposes of this, we're just going to go into it. So very similar. This is the welcome message. Hello, good looking. Welcome to the Mindset Reset formula. Let's transform your core beliefs into spiritual power. Answer these questions in detail. Here we go. So this is just one text message that's sent, right? Then the next thing is automatically, this is the next thing that happens, right? Where specifically in your life are you most challenged right now? What's your self-talk about it, right? And then, so this right here, and can you see, Lisa, can you see this where it says, oops. Click on this again. This is send and wait for a reply.
Yeah, okay.
So whereas this one was just send message, well, the welcome was just send message. This one's send and wait for a reply, right?
Yeah.
And so if it doesn't reply, then what ends up happening? So you can create logic based off somebody replies or somebody doesn't reply. And remember when it was set up to where, you know, if somebody didn't reply, then they would keep getting that text message over and over again.
Yeah.
Right. So right here where it says stop, see where it says stop gathering after.
That was a problem.
That was a problem, right? We fixed it. I think it was like I think it was set to do that for 6 hours, right?
Oh my gosh. So, no wonder I had a couple of annoyed people.
So we end up changing that from 3,600 seconds to 360 seconds, which is 6 minutes, right?
Cool.
And that's for any one of the send and reply. So then once somebody shares, it says, okay, then says this, thanks for sharing. Notice the judgment and negative energy attached to your challenge. It's natural to answer like that, but I'm asking you to be super freaking natural. Right?
Yeah.
And then the next one is just another send message. So when it says, when you decide there's nothing wrong here, you can surrender your needing to be right and move on to something more powerful. So then goes to the next one. So what we have here is this flow. So if I were going to pull out my phone, should I risk it and try to pull up my phone to show
Sure.
everybody? All right. Super risky. So I use this tool called Reflector app or Reflector Teacher. And so I have to be on the same Wi-Fi connection as my phone. And then I'll do a screen mirror to
Cool.
show everybody what's on my phone. And so then if I go to here and then I go back and I go to the text message. So here's the mindset reset right here. Oh, wait, can't see that, can you? I got to do something. There's one more thing I have to do here, I think.
How long did it take you to learn all this?
I mean, this has been deliberate practice for how long? I don't know. I think where people get stuck, right, is like where to start. But I've invested in myself, right? Like I invested in conferences and I invested. We got to stop Queen. Okay, here we go. So here's the phone number, and I've actually saved you in as a contact called Mindset Reset with the phone number that's right here. See that?
Awesome.
Okay, cool. So then I'm going to send you a text message that says hi, right? And this is going to be the exact same flow that we saw, right? So where specifically in your life, I can just start to answer this. What are you most challenged about it right now? We'll just say this. People are not picking up the phone, and this is causing me to lose sales, right? I mean, a lot of people can relate with that. So then it's the next thing. Thanks for sharing. So this is the automated sequence. It's plugged into Twilio Studio Flow, and it's programmed to send inside the message. So let's see here. It says if sent, if failed. Okay, all right, that's good. So everything's working, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Everything's working the way it should.
It's working, and I'm getting business, and it's a bigger picture. So as soon as you're ready for me to share that, I can't wait.
Yeah. So this is where
everybody.
Well, this is one last thing, right? Because anybody who's in marketing or for lead gen, that wants to create something like this is the end of the call to action, right? This is kind of where it stops. And so, like, especially if you're a coach, you want to encourage somebody to sign up for an appointment with you, right? So enroll in a free 15-minute coaching call. And this is the link to your Calendly where people can, if they click on it, actually, let's do this in the phone right now. Can I do this? Because I already had this set up. So I'm just going to click on the link.
Okay, cool.
And then, the reason why I like Calendly is because it's mobile friendly. It takes you right into this.
Amazing. It's just so easy.
And then this, when I click on this, I can schedule, let's say on Monday with you at 10:45.
Yeah.
And then when I do this and I put in my name, Doug, I love your bot, your chat bot.
Yep. That was good. Fast.
Sorry, I
got some wit there.
So cool. Now I'm gonna add this to my calendar, right? I'm just gonna add this to my calendar.
It's amazing. It's so
yeah.
cool.
So then you'll get the lead. Then it sends out, because it's connected with Zoom. It'll get the Zoom invite, and then you're on a call. And how much time has that saved you in going back and forth with people to schedule a time?
I know, huge, just huge.
Yeah. So what you had something you wanted to share?
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is just the biggest part. Not only is it helping people, obviously, it's serving, it's making a difference. Not only are my sales up and selling the Mindset Reset online program and my coaching programs, but I launched a certified coaching program 6 months ago. And my clients are still in the program. They launch in a couple of months. The challenge, Doug, and you guys, was how do I help get them clients through my funnel, my sales funnel? Because
Yeah.
most of the time, my sales funnel people, they're going to choose me. They're not going to
Right.
want to go to a graduate certified program person, right?
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, sure.
So there was the quandary. But then when Doug gave me this idea and created this for me one morning, this is it. This is the answer. How brilliant. It doesn't have my name there. So when people set up the 15-minute free coaching program, and that hasn't happened yet because I don't have any graduates yet of my certified coaching program, but I will in 2 months.
Yeah.
So in 2 months, they're going to be able to, it will just be who's next. Will it be Christiana? Will it be Jean? Will it be Julie? Will it be Lisa? Well, I'm probably not even going to put my name there, you guys, to tell you the truth. I'm just going to have my certified coaching clients get all the business. And now they're able to get on the phone and they're qualified. They're capable to teach this formula to that friend, to that prospect. And then if they turn it into a coaching client for themselves, great. So that's the big picture, is you can start leveraging your IP. You can start leveraging your business and start certifying people to teach what you have been teaching for all these years. And then my goal, Doug, and you guys, my big goal is all I am now in the future, very soon, I'm a space of these coaches' greatness. I have retreats for them. I'm on the phone with them. I'm coaching them. I'm helping them. And those are my clients, my own certified coaching people, graduates.
You've multiplied yourself.
Yes.
Not just with the technology, but with people, right? You've multiplied the impact you can create with others.
And the biggest piece is it rectified the problem, which there was a problem. And the problem was, how am I going to help these people get clients? And boom, there's the solution. It's this self-coaching texting program. Doug, oh my goodness. What do I owe you?
I like
sushi. You didn't know what you were creating, my friend. You didn't know.
I like Cabernet. I like sushi. Okay. I like boat rides. I like to ride in a boat.
Oh, what about an airplane? We got an airplane.
Yeah, let's go to Napa.
Oh, and that's another piece I have to share with you. So my husband, who is, let's just call him a critic before he's an enthusiast.
Yeah,
he's a realist.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him. Yeah.
He's awesome. Yeah. But come on. He's a realist before he's an enthusiast. When I shared this business model with him and your idea and what this could be for the certified coaching program, he's like, Lisa, that's genius. For my husband to speak those words, okay, we're on to something here.
Well, so can I do one about, so like, I have to do this, right? I'm cursed for life that, okay, you've got this great idea. Now I ask myself, how can you make this better, right?
Yeah, okay.
How can you make this better? And so when you think about this for a minute, the responses that your participants type in through the chat bot, right? That's data. And that's collecting, like if they were going to sit down in a survey and you would want to, and like, okay, let's say you do like 10 sessions, with somebody one-on-one, and you would ask the questions and you would kind of fill it out on a paper survey or whatever. And then you'd want to go back and say, well, what did so-and-so say on February 25th of 2020, right? What did they say? And kind of what was the evolution from where they are to where they are now in terms of the graduation of responses?
Yeah.
So right now, like the responses are there, but now it's a matter of data mining those responses to be able to go back and like really demonstrate your value to what that to the impact that's had, right? Because it's almost like the big problems that were there are no longer there. Now there's a new set of problems, but it's a whole lot better than what it was before, right?
That's huge. That's a great point. My full-time assistant, Elin Arnold, she brought that up to me. She's just like, Lisa, this is data. How do we capture this data over time and study this data? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me ask Doug.
Well, not only that, so there's not only that, but you have what's called you can have text transcript use machine learning to be able to gather insights, right? And with transcripts, you can create what's called a sentiment analysis, right? And that sentiment analysis you've seen the scales before where like, on my best day, I look like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my worst day, I look like this.
Yeah.
Well, you can read that from a transcript and have a summary, just
Wow.
like a scale of 1 to 10. And you don't have to do anything, but because based on the responses and the language that people use and the order of the words, the sentiment analysis can be extracted from the responses inside of the text message campaign.
That's huge.
So, and then also when you think about with the phone, right? With somebody, if you were to going to have something similar for the phone, that audio response that's spoken and then becomes a transcript, and then the sentiment analysis is pulled from that as well. So that's like the next level of reaching. Yeah. It just depends on how much do you want to continue to reach. And
I want to reach. I want to continue to reach.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug. Truly, thank you.
Yeah, no, that's so,
huge.
You made my day.
I love this. And what I want to share with your listeners, and even on my wall, here it is, you guys. You don't have to know all these answers. And it is part of your mindset that you stop yourself because you're like, I don't know how to do Twilio. Is it even called Twilio? I don't know how to, I don't know the back office of my website. You don't have to know. Yeah. You do you. You do what you do well. You discover your brand. You go through a formula to discover your brand, your IP, your intellectual property, and you just share you, and you hire people. You ask people to help you. You delegate. You don't do it all, and find the people. Surround yourself with people who know how to do what you don't need to learn to do. Don't let that get you stuck. The world needs you more now than ever to step up, share your genius, and find the people to help you share that, and let them do it. Delegate those tasks to them. Every problem has an answer. It may not come from you. Find the person who knows the solution. And that's you for me, Doug.
That's so awesome. Well, you do really well. So, man, I'm just like, I'm flying high right now. So thank you for that gift.
Me too. Awesome. You know what? We should do another Facebook Live and another Zoom Facebook Live, and let's talk about how we can distinguish and discover our brand. I have a 7-step formula for that. So that's really helpful for all of your prospects, clients, listeners. What's your brand? What's your IP? We can talk about that.
Yeah, no doubt. It's George Melendez, right? We met him at Tribal at Randy Gage's event. And we had one of these Zoom meetings, right? And he's talking about, how do I build up my brand or my website, or do I want a voice assistant? So we just did one of these, right? We just did one of these off the fly. And then I pulled up the screen share and the digital whiteboard and started to map it out for him. And that's what I love about these conversations, right? Through Zoom and Facebook Live, is we have the ability to be able to help one another, but anybody who's watching and anybody else is tuning in can also benefit from those conversations. So, it's so cool that you agreed to kind of jump on this and be able to share your journey with this and also with me too. So.
Yep. Thanks for asking me. I hope you guys are inspired, because there's a lot of possibility. There's a lot of business. There's a lot of contribution. So step up.
Yeah. Everybody, Lisa Jimenez.
Thanks, Doug. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.